Okay.
So yay. Cool. So yay, Charles is here and I don't have to host. Awesome.
All right. Well, welcome to the August 11th meeting of the Oceano Advisory Council. Roll call. How do we do this roll call? I mean, I can see who's here. We have
April's here. Aline's
April's
here.
here, Lucia's here,
Yes.
Aline is here, Charles is here. Bonnie Ernst is not present.
Correct.
We have no members of the public, and we have a very delayed start to the meeting due to technical problems. We will meet us in the flag salute. Ready, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Do we have any public comments for items not on the agenda? No, we do not. Do we have any guest reports? No, we do not. Do we have any presentations? No, we do not.
Fastest meeting in the West.
We have a review and approval of minutes. The minutes of July 21st.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Okay, it's been moved by April
A second.
and seconded by Aline. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Going to new business. We know that the tax measure A22 failed. OCSD is now in the process of, studying and analyzing what the next steps are going to be. And they have 3 options that they're looking at. One is to divest and let the county take over. The other is to contract through OCSD, contract with CAL FIRE for services, or contract with 5 Cities Fire Authority for services. And at the OCSD meeting that I think April and I attended, their last meeting, informally, all of the directors, 4 of the directors were present. Director Villa was absent, but the 4 directors that were present said that, again, this was informally, that they supported, they did not support divestiture because it took away local control. And oh, here's Bonnie's coming in.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Hi, welcome, Bonnie.
She's connecting audio.
Hi, Bonnie.
Bonnie, we're on new business and the OCSD Emergency Medical and Fire Services after the defeat of A22. So I think the first thing I'd like to ask is, how do the other council members feel about this being appropriate or not appropriate topic for the Oceano Advisory Council to have discussion about and to provide advice to the county and to OCSD? That maybe be the most appropriate place to start. Yeah, April.
So Charles, thanks. I did attend the meeting, as you said, and the part of that meeting that discouraged me is the same discouragement I always have, is that it doesn't appear that the OCSD board members listen to the public. So this is the 3rd time we asked the public what they want, and the votes have shown that we don't want to be a part of the 5 Cities Fire Authority. We, the public, have asked multiple times over years now to seek out what the alternatives are long before we got to this point, and they've refused to do that. And then the other thing that really disheartened me was listening to the GM say that he did not support divestiture with like, we haven't even heard what the options are. So that there, outside of member Via, who was not in attendance, and I won't ever speak to what I assume she would have said, those 4 people and the GM have already made a decision without the public. And I'm just so frustrated by the whole thing. And in reading, I don't know if you've all read Debbie Peterson's book that she wrote that's out now about our local governments and the agencies, that we share together, et cetera. One of the things that she said in there, and I will have to just kind of paraphrase because I don't have it in front of me, but basically it said, if you're an elected official and you are appointed to a board to represent the community that elected you, your job is not to be buddies with that other agency at all. Your job is to represent your elected officials, or the people who elected you, I'm sorry. And I really feel that, and I'll just be straight honest, I'm not gonna, pull punches, that board member White for years has made it her mission to be an advocate for 5 Cities Fire Authority, regardless of what the public says or wants or whatever. She personally wants the 5 Cities Fire Authority to be active in our community. The addition to that is, while she says she's stepping down, they've hand selected who will take her place on the OCSD, and that person holds that same party line. So we're not going to get a fresh ears, fresh eyes, fresh thoughts, fresh brain, fresh anything on that committee or, that board to represent Oceano. And that, to me, I'm just so frustrated with the whole thing. So as I said, the night of the meeting, I'm interested in divestiture, but in the end, I expect the people we elected to find information and not bring their preconceived wants and desires of their own to this process. So that's where I stand with this.
I don't see any other hands.
So,
Yeah, Eileen?
yeah, but what you're asking, if you think this is an appropriate topic for us to discuss?
Yes, yeah.
That's what the question was. Okay, so I think the OCSD that's their job to thoroughly discuss it. But because it is such an important service, I don't see why we can't also help educate the public about it.
Mhm, mhm,
So that's my opinion. I don't know about everybody else's.
okay.
So I do think it's an appropriate thing to discuss.
Thank you. And I apologize. I think what I meant, the shorter answer is, I feel that we're not being properly represented by the OCSD as the public at large, and the OAC has the ability to involve the community. So that I agree with Aline, that I would like us, the OAC, to help spearhead public community discussion and involvement for the reasons that I stated.
Mhm. I'm going to put more lights. I'm going to walk away.
You left us with Marilyn.
Yeah, because I'm darker than dark. Can't even see. When you're dark, you don't want to be in the dark.
Open a blind.
Unless you're white like April.
Yes, I'm very pale. You can see me.
I like your hair that way, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Any other?
Anybody else?
Anybody else?
Sorry, somehow I didn't let into late, so I kind of missed the discussion. So
This is the discussion.
I have no comment.
Yes, I do think also that it is a topic of interest to us. As I always said, anything that has to do with Oceano is our interest. So, in my opinion, so I think we should talk about it and maybe even come to a consensus and advise the OCSD if that is possible.
Well, I agree with the four of you as well. I think it's important. I think it's an important function for us. And I think that, in somewhat parallel to the OCSD, they do have a process they're going through. They're gathering information. There's some fairly detailed documents out and around. I think I forwarded them to you all, the ones that I have on the process and the process that Will Clemens outlined. And so, as we get more information, I mean, as the public gets more information through OCSD, then we'll have more to deal with. I definitely share a concern expressed here about that the minds are made up. Mr. Montes said that, like, oh, when he heard that we would not have local control, that he cannot support divestiture. Karen White, I don't know if you recall this comment from her, April, that that Oceano had always had a fire department and it was part of our history, so we should continue to have a fire department for his, I don't know, historical sentiment, I guess. And I thought the most ironic thing for me in the meeting was that with all of these champions of local control, which I would actually say is a myth of local control, all of them sat there like bumps on a log when Chief Lieberman was asked, well, what are we going to get over the next year? Because for the next year, OCSD is paying $1.1 million to Five Cities Fire Authority. And what Lieberman said, it's like, what you will get is one shift a week at Oceano.
Mhm.
And not one of them raised any concern about that.
Nope.
There was no speaking up about local control or local influence. It was just like, oh, okay, well, let us just give you $1 million and you keep it open one day a week.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting situation. So I don't, unless there's a desire to have further discussion about this tonight, I would suggest that we've agreed among ourselves that this is relevant. We're going to pursue this, and we'll just have this now as a default agenda item as we move through the next few months.
Can I add real quick, running the math, $1.1 million for 52 times in a year
Yeah.
is $21,000 a day.
Yeah,
And they didn't even blink.
right. They did not even blink. So they
Yes,
might.
I agree to keep this on
comment.
keep this on our front burner, pay attention to what AG is doing and what Grover's doing and what Oceano is or isn't doing moving forward.
Mhm, okay. Then moving on to old business, our first item is the beautification award. April, you distributed a draft of the certificate itself, and you had asked for feedback. And so I guess let's start with that. It looked fine to me.
It's basic.
I don't have any suggestions for improving, but why don't I just turn this over to you, April, in terms of how you want to proceed with it.
Okay. I can say that I have not heard from anybody. So if anybody else has any input, as Charles just gave, I would take it now. Lucia or
No.
Bonnie. If
But
there's
it was
any
nice.
input, thank you. I appreciate
Like
that. On the, what the award certificate, whatever you want to call it, looks like. If there was anything you all felt should be added or deleted or changed. I have not heard, so I'm assuming it's fine. And then the next step, I think, is that we maybe make a decision of how often we'd like to award it and make steps to do our first nomination or suggestion or something. Or if we decide we want to have some kind of form for the community itself to fill out and provide to us. I mean, that's if we want the community involved, or if this is something the OAC does internally to recognize the community. So I'd like to hear from anybody, their thoughts. Or not?
Yes, it would be nice to have the community vote or give input. Something like on our website where people can click. Maybe we can make some nominations, and
Okay.
then make a list of them on the website, and then invite people to like and or just click on what they think has made a difference.
Okay. I think that there could be on the website itself, built into it, I believe there's probably an option for like a poll. So we could list 3 every quarter, let's say, and people can vote as a poll on a quarterly basis. We could do 4 a year. That's an option.
Let me give a kind of a hybrid, and I'm not necessarily proposing it, but I really like the idea of the public being able to participate in it. I think that, and I think one way to do that would be to, like with the website, that we have the whatever we're calling this award, and I like the quarterly thing, that they can nominate different things. My certain reservation about having the public vote is then it just becomes a like
Popularity.
how many well, it's how many people can you gin up to like go in and vote yes for this,
Right.
yes for my thing,
Like every New Times poll there is. Yes, I get it.
right. And then if it's an OAC award, then I think talking about local control, if it's a award we're giving out, then I think we ought to be making the decision
Okay.
about it. I mean, that's my thought.
Okay. What I can propose then for discussion is I'm willing to write up a little concept of submission rules, nomination rules, I guess we could call it, and an outline of how the process would go. And this is August, September, so we could have it in place starting October, and that would be the 4th quarter, and that would be that last 3-month block of the year, because we're already in a 3-month block and we haven't even created something yet. So if I have it up and ready and we voted on it, we've made our final decisions, we could put it in place starting October 1st. And that's something that I think is very valid, Charles, that we let the public be involved, but we give it the parameters of this is what it takes to nominate, and then we will take all nominations before October 1st, and then October 1st we will create a list, and that will be the one for the quarter. How does that sound?
We can put up all the let people know the nominees, but
Mhm.
that we'll make the choice.
Yes, okay,
I mean,
okay, so,
any nominee gets a little publicity, right?
yes.
If we,
Mhm.
or when we announce the awards, we could say these are all the nominees. I
Yep.
don't,
And
No,
then,
that makes sense, go ahead.
go
and
ahead.
then on October 1st, we would vote one of the nominees.
I think that we would maybe open it by because I still need to put in the rules. And so that then we would decide, we would just like we do a bylaws change or whatever, we would all agree on what the rules are. And then October 1st, that would go live for the public to make their nominations.
Oh,
And that by, November 1st, we close it. And by the last meeting of the month or the first meeting in January, whatever, we would say the fourth quarter winner from the public submissions is so-and-so. And then we would announce it. We would put it on our Facebook page, we would put it on our website. And like Charles was saying, publicize it so the community could see and give that business or residents or community member, whatever we decide, that recognition. But I think the first step is creating the rules of it for the public to participate.
hmm.
Of both the business, commercial, and residential.
We can do that.
What was your concept initially?
That, sorry, my dog. Businesses, absolutely, we wanted them, I think what the way back in the day when we were considering this idea for community involvement and support was that laundromat. So obviously businesses that have improved the community look, improved the, whatever you want to call it, visually, whatever, or opened or changed or repainted or whatever, businesses obviously. And then if there was a residence that just had a noticeable difference that improved the community, that'd be awesome. If a front yard was cleaned up or a street corner was cleaned up and, something of that nature. So in the community in general, so business, residential, and then, but business and commercial are, I don't know if you consider that the same.
Yeah, I guess so. They're the same.
So like, let's say, just as throwing it out there, the corner across the highway from Quintessa's, if that got all cleaned up and nice, that would be a submission by the community. It could be, because we noticed it and it got clean and we're like, oh, let's add them to the list. That property owner would be on that list and could potentially be not, it would be nominated and or win.
Mhm.
So I think really just any lot, any APN, whether there's a home on it or a business on it, or it's an empty commercial lot that improved, if it has an APN, I think they should be qualified to be nominated.
Mhm.
So why say business name on the top of the flyer?
It doesn't have to be, that was just creating something.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So we need something, a more kind of generic title.
Yes, we could just,
Something like,
Community Improvement Award.
Yeah.
yes.
Yes,
Community
absolutely.
Community Beautification Award.
Yep,
Isn't that more specifically what you're talking?
absolutely. Yep,
About? So, because improvement's pretty general.
right. Beautification Award. Yep.
Mhm.
Duly noted, I will make that change. So, does anyone else want to discuss the award, Bonnie or Aline?
Once again, I'm sort of catching up on things, so it sounds great. I'm glad you're doing the work I didn't see the flyer. I just did a search and I don't know if I have it, but if you're gonna
Oh,
change.
you know what? You may not have
Doesn't
been a
matter.
member yet. You may not have been a member yet, Bonnie.
Yeah, if you're gonna change it, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
Um,
you'll get it down the road for sure.
Just
Yeah.
keep me
Go
up
ahead.
so I can do maybe some PR about it, not social media.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Aline, did you have any? input?
Yeah, so just like a first prize for each of the 3 sections, right? We're not gonna have first, second, third?
No, I think just one prize or
one
one winner
prize,
per
'cause it's
quarter.
3, yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
within those
Monetary
categories.
award?
Say again?
Is this a monetary award?
No, it's recognition.
Could we make it a small monetary award?
If we can get a supervisor to fund us, sure.
I thought we had like.
That's an excellent idea.
$2,000.
Say again, Bonnie.
I thought we had like $2,000+ in
Well, we
the,
do today, but we don't know what we're gonna have January 1st.
okay, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, January 1st. Well, we might be able to get money then.
Right, exactly. So by
Maybe-
then we may know it could be a monetary award for
More
sure.
than money.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, more than money. I was thinking about a sign, something that said that you put in his yard and say beautification award for blah blah.
And
From-
that's the certificate is there, like if they want to put it in their window of their business or on their bulletin board, whatever. But absolutely for residences, putting it in their window won't help, but absolutely we could have a sign. I
Yeah.
still have, from when I ran for OCSD, I still have blank yard signs. So I'm more than willing to donate some of that.
You know, and we can even put the certificate in a frame. That wouldn't be too expensive, and actually give it to the business, to the people that won the award, and have a little ceremony. Be there
Exactly.
and congratulate them and give them the certificate in a nice frame. Done,
Okay.
so we can put it up.
So then I move that I, April, work on the rules for submission for the public to submit, and then bring that to the board for review and or approval and or change by, what is this, August, September, by the first meeting in September.
I second.
All those in favor?
I-
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll just hammer something out, and then we'll just go from there.
And a business could be a bed and breakfast. It could be,
It could be anything, literally. It could be the train depot. It could be
sure.
and that was by, what was the date on it, April, you said?
the first meeting in September, and that would be,
Okay, all right, okay.
The 8th.
okay, well, there you go. The 8th,
Okay, thank you.
of
Uh,
course.
Curb gutters and sidewalks update, just brief. The Oceana Elementary School PTA had their very first Safe Routes to School committee meeting tonight. And concluded by adopting a Safe Routes to School plan for the school, and which includes a number of things, both long-term and short-term. The short-term being to get the crosswalks repainted as high visibility crosswalks with the ladder. The county has come in and freshened up the existing crosswalks, but has refused to put ladders in until the principal requests it, and until the committee provides data on the number of crossings, data on the parent, on community support for it. The irony is that in a letter to the county that we sent, we included all of that information. We did surveys before school ended on the number of crossings at each intersection. And of course, in March, there was the big slow cog Safe Routes to School family survey across the county, and Oceano, as I've told you before, Oceano Elementary School won the award as the most responses from parents of any school in the county. And what I concluded from that is that the county really didn't even look at what we had sent in. But so they want to get it from the principal. They want to get it from the highway patrol. So next week, I'll bring this up. I'll probably contact Commander Klingenberger before our next meeting just to speak with him a little bit about it. But then I'll make more of a formal request at our next meeting, or explain to him the situation and how he can be helpful, since he has offered in previous meetings, expressed his support for it.
He's been very supportive verbally.
I
for
hate to
sure.
be helpful. So that's kind of the update there. If
Thank
there's-
you for keeping on that, Charles.
Yes. You know, actually, something that always struck me, a school is responsible for a child's safety when the child leaves school and arrives home by education code in California. When I was a teacher, I know this, a school is responsible for the child's safety until the child gets home.
Well, they certainly provide the crosswalk people, so, you know,
Yes.
safety matters.
Yeah,
Oh, that's interesting. That's
yes,
quite a liability.
yes. And responsibility, need to check into that. I will look into that and see,
Okay.
because that's something that we can really push.
Mhm.
That's, I recall correctly. I just want to make sure.
Okay. All right, so next one, I guess, April, do you have any update or anything new on the EcoSlow tree thing? Has Grant come down for a look and see or anything?
I have not heard from him outside of the facilitation that you did between Will Clemens and myself. You know, in an email or two. That's the last I've heard about that entire project.
Already. Well, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Updates on action items. The only thing we've got web page and GoFundMe page here, but I know that, you know, Holly has been posting stuff up, very timely. And I think our homepage is looking much more robust, and I mean, like there's action happening there, as long as people scroll down.
Can I say, it looks fantastic. The flyers are up there. They're so colorful. They pop. Our website looks so good. I'm really impressed with it. Thank you to Holly. I wanted official me saying, thank you, Holly. It looks fantastic.
Mhm. Yes, Bonnie.
Did you already probably discuss the OCSD having our meeting thing wrong? Lucia brought that up.
Yeah, no, we haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean, what meeting?
we should get into it then. Why don't we do that next? Go ahead.
It's wrong.
Well, what is wrong?
This is the first
It's
time.
5:30 on, yeah, says
That-
5:30.
Or today, right?
Yeah.
Yes, and the website, the website
And next week.
advertises the all meeting Thursday at 5:30, and it gives the link to our website, but it's the old website or the website we had before, and the web page that comes up says that this website doesn't exist anymore. So I mean, we should tell them to update their website, you know, at least.
Well, we should provide them everything it takes for them to have accurate information. Good looking out. I had no idea. I don't
Aline,
think-
can you work on that one? Because that's OCSD.
Oh, that's the website, right?
Yes,
I don't-
OCSD website.
under the calendar
Okay.
events.
I wasn't sure what you were talking about. I'm like, our special meeting? No, I made sure that
this
it was
our
10
regular
o'clock. Okay.
I
It
know what
was under
happened.
the calendar, yeah.
So I know what happened. At least this is my theory. So OCSD got an invitation from the Safe Routes to School committee to send a representative to the meeting today at 5:30. Baco got an invitation. OAC got an invitation, or at least we were supposed to. And so all I can presume is that whoever got that invitation at OCSD And I provided the addresses, so it would have been Will Clements who got it. That so I think there was some good intention here, but there wasn't much attention to detail. And so it got put up there as an OAC meeting at 5:30.
Okay.
So that's right. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
Yeah.
So I think, yes, I think Aline would be the person to kind of get that.
But it's not reoccurring, right? It's not like
Oh,
reoccurring.
it was via one time.
So the question is, does the OCSD have a ongoing
Vaco.
monthly erroneous link to our regular OAC meetings with the wrong time and the wrong website?
Right.
And if they do, will they fix that, please? I'm gonna go on their website right now and just check. So if I were to look at today's calendar, and feel free to obviously talk. but- All right.
So Aline, would you?
Yeah,
talk-
it's the same in September and on, so it just needs to be corrected.
Okay.
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 Yeah, I see it on their calendar website page. They
Yeah.
have it for 5:30 to 7:30 today, and if I click on it, and they have it next as well. And then when I click on the link for the website,
Yeah,
takes me to, that does, oh, it takes us to a dead page. It is our right website. It's just a dead page it takes
Oh.
them.
Okay.
So we need them to take it to the meetings page. Yeah, we need it to go to the meetings page.
Well, but then if they advertise our meeting, they will have to advertise Vacos too.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they would link it to our meetings page and if they would change the time, those are the two big things.
Mhm.
Or correct those things, I should say.
so the time and also the,
The
Meeting.
link to the website is to a dead page, so it needs to go to the meetings page. Yeah, so they
Where's the
have it
link to
down
the
for today
website?
and for, sorry.
the link to the website? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, it's linking just to a dead page is all. And they already have Vaco on there, and that's okay.
I don't see it when I'm hitting it. I don't see it. I see it going to our webpage.
Right, but then look what that page says. So it says Oceano Advisory Council with the wrong time. And then where in the grayish color box where it says website, when
Okay,
you
that
click
the
on
time
that,
is wrong. Yes, the time is wrong, but when you hit it, it does take us to the to our webpage.
right, and then what does it say on that page? There is an error in the URL entered into your web browser. Please check the URL and try again.
No,
The
I
page
get it,
you're looking for has been moved or deleted.
but I get our webpage. I get it. It opens to our webpage.
Right, that's a 404 page that says there's nothing there. It's
On
not
mine, there
useful.
is.
So Aline is saying it opens to the existing.
Yes,
And
on
It
mine.
opens to a page that's called community.
No, it opens to this, to our website.
When you
Okay.
say our website, do you mean the OAC?
Yes.
And up in the URL bar, what does it say up there?
Well, I'm on my phone, so.
Well, okay, then we're talking apples and oranges.
Yeah.
What it says is oceanoadvisorycouncil.org/community. We don't have a page, a tab that says community. It's
Okay.
Okay,
a dead page. There's no info other than the tabs that say home, who we are, meetings, current issues.
Okay, so it's a dead, it's, okay.
I
Yeah,
get,
it's
I
on
get,
the
we
website,
couldn't
but
find the
it's-
page you were looking for, so.
Yes, we needed to go to the page that says meetings, not
Okay,
community.
Mhm.
That's all.
Okay,
Okay.
alrighty. Anything else under these updates or action items?
No, the page, the website looks fabulous. I love it. You guys, she's doing a killer job and you guys are really knocking it out with the content on there. It looks great.
Okay, council member reports. Lucia, thank you for the treasurer's report and the OBCA report.
Yes, I submitted it in writing. Do you want me to summarize it?
I don't see any need to unless there are questions.
Did everybody read it? Do you have, yes, April?
When we look at the beginning balance, it says 2,987. And we have one expense of $30. And when we look at the ending balance, it says 1,957.
Oh my goodness. Did I make a mistake again? I don't know. Let me look.
Yeah, it was a typo.
Oh, okay.
You put in-
Okay.
But I'm assuming the
Better one.
2,900 is correct, not the 1,900.
Okay, I will look at the typo. It was, I'm sorry. I will
no, no,
correct it.
You know, if anybody was going to notice, it would be me. It's the numbers.
I can't hear.
Yeah.
My connection is not good, is not good.
Can you hear us now? No.
No, I'm sorry. Let me do, well, do without me. But at the most, okay, I will correct the typo and I will resend out a new report. I'm very sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's okay. I'd just like to say to the group at large, having a report ahead of time and linked on the agenda is what I've asked for at least a year. So it's so useful, and thank you, whether Lucia can hear me or not. Thank you, Lucia, for doing that. I think anybody who has a report should do that.
Thank you. Aline, do you have a OCSD report?
Well, you basically talked about my report.
Well, we all did.
I mean, I wasn't there at the meeting, but yeah, I listened to the meeting and that we have those three options. So we'll see what happens. I think it needs, the public needs to like be greatly educated and informed so that they can make the right decision for the community. And it should, hopefully the community input will be taken greatly into consideration as it should be. I don't see how, I don't have big issues with the Five Cities fire, except for the fact that they are very expensive. And I just don't see, unless they decide to be very, very good neighbors and cut the expenses in half, I just don't see how we can stay with them. But that's just my personal opinion. You never know, you might be surprised, right?
Did anyone listen to the AG meeting the other night about what AG's plan is? I mean, they're gonna have to absorb some of these expenses when we leave.
Yeah,
No one listened? That just yes or no?
No, I didn't.
I read all the materials.
Okay.
I haven't listened to the meeting discussion yet. But in that, all those materials, it was very interesting that if OCSD stays with Five Cities Fire, that at the end of it, and in whatever it is, July of 23,
Mhm.
the formula for cost share goes to 33% for each entity. Right now, Oceano's only paying 14% of it.
Mhm.
So it's going to more than
Double.
increase, more than double.
That's why we can't afford it.
No, we can't afford it now at 14.
And we're not, and for $1,100,000, we're getting 1 day. Now, as Chief Lieberman accurately and correctly pointed out, that Arroyo Grande and Grover Beach fire departments roll into Oceano every day,
Mhm.
that they're providing emergency medical and fire services to our community.
Mhm.
But though the Oceano Fire Station only staffed 1 day a week. But so we're so for the million, we are continuing to get services.
Mhm.
And so maybe we don't even need, well, so we'll be looking at that over the next weeks and months.
Something to consider real quick on math, if Oceano does divest and we have zero involvement with the FCFA, then loans, amortization, depreciation, all that stuff will be split between 2 instead of 3 at that point, and our 14% will take away from them, and they will then be stuck with 50% each.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah. The house of cards may be crumbling.
Yes. Or on fire, no pun intended.
Okay, anything else, Celine?
Well, I mean, elections are coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and yeah, District 2 is still vacant. Nobody's applied.
I talked to one individual who seemed interested. Hopefully he'll apply.
Well, it may be that if one person applies, they
I
get
get it.
they're in the cheap campaign. Lucia?
Yes, can somebody summarize very briefly for me and for the public exactly what division is up? And because I'm still a bit confused. Please, Charles.
Yeah, Division 2 and 3, or Districts 2 and 3 are up for election. And then the unexpired 2-year term of Cynthia Replogle is up as a 2-year position.
At large.
And that's Division 3?
No,
At
no,
large.
no, it's at large.
Oh, that's the at large.
Yeah, so there's,
The last one ever.
Ah, so I could go for the at large.
yes, you could.
No, well, yeah, but Charles is.
So,
Oh,
Well,
Charles, you're going for the at large.
Yes, I
Yeah.
filed my papers. I'm a candidate. And at this point, there's 2 candidates for at large, myself and what's Mr. Monte's first name?
Steve, I believe.
Steve.
Steve Montes.
Okay.
And Aline at this point is unopposed unless somebody filed today. And there's no candidate for District 3. Aline is District 2.
And can we state what District 3's borders are? Because I do believe that Lucia is in those borders.
Yes.
18th to 22nd Street.
Yeah, so I'm not in it. That's why I'm asking, because April, your suggestion, I'm on 23rd.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you were on 22nd. You're okay. That's all. I mean, I wasn't suggesting it.
Because that's why I asked. I saw, since I saw
Oh, gotcha.
your email, I got a little flea in my ear. I say, maybe I'm in the wrong division. No, okay. I'm on 23rd.
No, just one street.
How about Bonnie? Is Bonnie in 3?
No,
No. Bonnie,
I'm in Austin's district.
Fusion
Yeah, me
one.
too.
District 1, I think.
And Bonnie and I couldn't almost be further geographically distant, but we're in the same.
Until 2024.
Mhm. I also spoke with someone who lives on the other side of Highway 1 for me, like literally on the other side where, faces CHC. She's not interested.
So that if nobody runs, then OCSD will appoint somebody.
And we'll be right back where we are.
But of course, they'll have to find somebody to appoint.
Well, if one person doesn't win in the at-large,
Well, somebody will win in the at-large.
right, but out of the two, one won't. And when you win, Charles, guess who's getting appointed?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
The appointed one can be from anywhere?
yep,
Okay, just to clarify.
Well,
Thanks.
no, not
You have to be from that.
from the district.
Okay.
Oh, I don't,
oh,
they have to be from the district because they're representing the district.
okay, that I didn't know. I thought because they were appointing, could be anywhere. What, I mean, what if literally no one from that district even wants to be appointed? What do they do?
That is an issue. There's other
can't force them.
CSDs that they're for vacant.
That's why I thought it was not at large in that sense, but I thought it was open to all districts when they had to appoint.
No,
Okay, so I'm mistaken on that.
go ahead, Lucia.
No, sorry, I already asked my question.
All right.
The Democratic Party has been reaching out to people and I know that Charles, on a local level, you are involved with them. Have you heard anything?
No, and I'm really not involved with the Democrats much at all.
Okay. They reached out to me long before you even decided to put your hat in the ring and said that they would support me. And then when you decided to put your hat in the ring, I was like, well, I'm not going to split the votes.
Mhm. Well, your district will be up in 24.
Against.
1, 4, and 5 will be up for election.
Against.
Well,
Thanks for putting me in District 1.
You're welcome.
Well, enjoy Linda again.
All right, guys.
Any future, we have items that we have for future, for the next agenda, which is next week. But, well, there's really anything for next week that we don't
I
have.
haven't heard anything. Mm-mm.
Okay, looking for a motion to adjourn.
Before that, hey, did you see my letter in the New Times?
I did.
Yes, I
Good.
did. And your other letter all over, like 7 different places last week or the week
You
before.
like my letters. I swear to God, they published every single one.
Love them.
I want to just mention one other thing on the news. District 4 ballots are complete, 100% accurate.
Yeah,
Wow.
Oh, wow.
wonderful. Yes,
I
wonderful.
feel sorry for that lady who paid all that money.
I don't feel sorry at all for her.
don't feel sorry for her
I
at
feel
all.
sorry because she kind of feels like a fool now, like it's a waste of money. She
She didn't
really
pay
got,
for it.
she fell
The
for it.
Republican Party paid for it. They've said it. They've put it in the news multiple times. The
Wacko people.
Republican Party paid for it.
Oh, I thought it was an individual lady who paid for it.
She would bring the checks in, but they fundraised through the
Oh,
Republican
okay.
Party, and that's where the money comes from. It
Hmm.
wasn't her
All right.
personally.
I motion that we adjourn.
Second. I guess
All
I
in
said,
favor, aye.
Yeah.
All right, we out.
Aye.
okay. All in favors, hit the end
Favor.
button.
Aye.
Aye, thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
very much. Thank
Nice job.
Okay, have a good trip, Lucia.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.